Have you ever found yourself getting upset when things don't go the way you planned or when your carefully thought out plans fall apart? And I don't mean some big plans, just something mundane, these everyday little plans we constantly have. How do you react in such moments? The other day, I had my heart set on filming a stunning 12th century church. I'd set aside the whole day just for this, but when I arrived, I found out photography was strictly forbidden. I was frustrated. Of course I was. I'd planned this video because the church has some of the best preserved medieval frescoes I've ever heard of. But now the whole day seemed like a waste. What could I do? Nothing. The church is in Bojana, a charming district of Sofia nestled at the foot of Vitusha mountain. Since my plan was ruined, I decided to take a walk in the lower parts of the mountain even though I wasn't exactly in the best mood. I started filming random things as I strolled along with no real plan or purpose. Slowly, my frustration began to fade. After all, was it really such a big deal? Nothing disastrous had happened. But why had I gotten so worked up in the first place? And why do we get so upset over these things? Maybe it's human nature, always chasing something, hurrying somewhere, trying to grab hold of something. But are the things we get angry about really that important? As I walked, it was peaceful. Occasionally, I'd pass other people out enjoying the nice weather, some with their kids just taking it easy. It's made me wonder why kids, especially the youngest ones, don't seem to dwell on things like we do. They move on so quickly. Maybe it's because for them, the world is just one big game. That thought stayed with me. The world as one big game. Sure, it's a cliché, but cliché sometimes holds a bit of truth. I'd made my plans, but they didn't pan out, like placing a bet at roulette or playing a hand in a game of cards. The path I was following led me to a small clearing not far from the last houses in the area. Someone had set up a nice picnic spot there, complete with benches, a shelter, and a fire pit. I even met a friendly dog that sniffed at my camera, seemed to approve of it, and wagged its tail. It reminded me of a story I'd read long ago. A wise old dog saw a young puppy chasing its tail and asked, "Why are you chasing your tail?" The puppy replied, "I studied the universe and solved problems no dog has ever solved before. I have learned that happiness lies in my tail, so I'm chasing it, and when I catch it, happiness will be mine." The old dog said, "Son, I've also thought a lot about these things and come to the same conclusion. Happiness is in my tail, but I've noticed that wherever I go and whatever I do, the tail follows me. There's no need to chase it." Maybe if we stop chasing happiness so desperately, we'll realize it's been following us all along. Looking around, I saw everything needed for a great picnic. Benches, utensils left behind for anyone to use, even a covered area in case of rain. It made me think, maybe happiness isn't just about having fun ourselves, but also about making it easier for others to enjoy life too. That's the beauty of life, this grand casino we all play in. It struck me that life is a bit like a casino. I liked this comparison. Someone brings us in when the night falls, gives us a few chips, shows us the game, and we start playing. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, but the point of it all isn't winning or losing. It's having fun while we are here. Things go wrong when people start taking the game too seriously. We have all seen those players. They are ecstatic when they win and furious when they lose, swinging between extremes. They can poison the fun for everyone else. In such cases, we either try to calm them down, move to another table, or just carry on with our own game, remembering to enjoy ourselves no matter what. Because at the end of the night of life, when it's time to leave, none of us gets to take anything with us. The chips stay behind and we step back out into the world to greet the sunrise. It's up to us to decide whether we leave with happy memories of a night well spent or with anger and regret. As for me, by the time I headed back down the mountain to the city, the day's frustrations had completely melted away. Sure, it would have been amazing to show you those medieval frescoes, but the walk itself was worth it. Thanks for listening and watching.